Hey guys, thank you for joining us. My name is Lieutenant Stacy, and I am the Corps Officer here with my husband Matt at the Punxsutawney Salvation Army. And we are doing this little live video today so that you can get to know us a little bit, we can get to know you a little bit. You can ask questions about the Corps here, and just a fun little question and answer.
Thank you. I'm Lieutenant Matt Stacy, and I'm the other Corps officer here. We both engage the ministry here. We serve pastorally as well as administratively, and so you'll see us at the front office. You'll also see us on the weekends ministering to those who are participating in our Sunday services. And so we wanted to get online and interact with our community. We try to get out as much as we can. We try to do visitations, join social clubs, get with other churches to participate in programs. So we want to show our face, and we want to partner with other people in Punxsutawney, but we thought that maybe just having an online presence and making it easy for people to chat with us no matter where you're at, I thought that would be a good thing. So here we are.
All right.
So I guess we can start waiting for a couple of people to pop on. Maybe we can show them what the January Salvo Box is about. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so this cool little box here is our January Salvo Box. And what the Salvo Box is it's a gift giveaway each month that we're going to be doing that you can sign up different ways. This month, to win this January box, you have to sign up by being a new sign up to our Salvation Army Punxsutawney email. So you can check our Facebook page out here, and there should be a link there for you to sign up to receive our emails. And what's in our emails is pretty cool. It's usually 3 or 4 different things updating you. They come weekly. Sometimes there's like an extra special one that gets popped off. But you get to know what's going on here at the Salvation Army. You can ask questions. If you are interested in helping with an event or a program or something coming up, you can always message us through there or email us or even call. We return calls pretty quickly here. We check the messages every day. And when we come back from vacation or holidays or days off, we always make sure to check the messages right away and return them. So this is our January box. Pretty cool looking, right? And inside you got a congratulations flyer saying that you won, and already I can smell the gifts inside. That's pretty good. You get a cool Salvation Army swag hat here. There's a stamp back, basic hat to represent. You get a cool little coffee mug that matches stainless steel. It matches the box, and it has a lid that you can open and close. A cool little travel mug, and it is metal. There is a magnet that says "Be Strong," Joshua 1:9. Looks like a log or a piece of a tree. There is a bag of Andy's candies, or our family calls them Andy's candies, or Andy's mints, the chocolate mints. There is a brand new CD, Chris Tomlin and Friends. You can pop in your car or while you're chilling at home. And what it is Chris Tomlin joined up with a bunch of different country artists. A few of them are Thomas Rhett, Florida Georgia Line, Lady A, Ray Lynn, Russell Dickerson, and he created a worship CD. So that's pretty cool. We listen to that CD often in our house. And then there is a fresh bag of light roast coffee, cookie dough brown sugar sweet from the Silver Linings Cafe here in Punxsutawney. One thing that we love to do is support our small town shops here. So every giveaway box will have something from one of our small town shops here in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. So you see that, and that's what I smell.
That smells
It
delicious.
smells really good, right? And then the last thing we have in here is a Bible study challenge, and it's a E100. It challenges you to do a 100-day Bible study challenge. And so here's the book that you would go through, and it has prompts for you. It's a pretty nice book. And then you also have the listings here and a tracker. So what you do is you punch out one of these. Each day you read that portion. You can also cross it off. You can see it has Old and New Testament. And it's pretty cool. So it's a pretty cool little box. You could say it's kind of like the perfect little set for starting up your new Bible studies in this new year. If that's one of your challenges that you've given yourself, or even to just continue, or if you've never done a Bible study, to just see what it's all about. An easy way to be encouraged and get started Bible studying.
Awesome.
So it's a pretty cool box this time around.
And this isn't the only Salvo box that we're going to give away. We're going to try to do this monthly. To enter into win the January Salvo box, we're going to be picking a random name from new subscribers to our email list. The email list is pretty cool because you get updates, new blog posts, invitations to programs, volunteer opportunities. So a ton of content goes into those emails and goes straight to your inbox, and you can respond to those as you feel free to. So I would do that. I would encourage you to do that. But every month we're going to have some sort of different way to enter in to win our Salvo box. And you could do this from anywhere. So we're willing to ship the Salvo boxes. So if you're out of town but you like our content, you're encouraged by it, it inspires you, or it challenges you, and you appreciate that, sign up for our email list now to enter the win to January box. But stay tuned to find out what you got to do to win our February box. And we're in the middle of putting that together, and I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Let's move you over a little, because look, we're like kind of off.
Alright. So I guess we don't have a choice. We're going to introduce our two children here. We have two children, Stella and Connor, and sometimes they are ministries and partners in ministry, and sometimes they just interrupt what we're doing. So this is, I guess you can call this both, right? What's your name?
Connor.
Look up there at the phone.
And what do you do here at this church? That's the camera.
He just saw himself on the screen.
Watch movies, praise God.
Okay.
Awesome. What do you do here at this church, Stelly?
Say your name.
My name is Stella, and I praise, worship to God, and love Him.
Awesome. Do we sing?
Yeah.
Yes. And we pray?
Yeah.
Yes. And we collect a tithe?
Yeah.
We give our dollar to Jesus?
Yes.
And do we preach?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like when I preach?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you get bored?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? All right. Yeah. These two are very helpful sometimes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you help
they
us?
just have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
All right.
We're crazy.
So we're going to continue our little live stream session if you guys would like to go watch a movie. Can you do that for us? Okay, clown. Go on.
Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
All right.
I'm not just,
Now you have to go watch your movie. Make the right choice, please.
I want to get my iPod. I don't want
All right.
to have music.
So
After this, I'll
we're
help
still
you with
waiting
that,
for a
okay?
couple of people to come in, and we're waiting for comments and questions to appear on our chat. So in the meantime, we've prepared some of those, and I'm going to shuffle them and give you the first one. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. First one is, what is your favorite Bible verse?
Oh, okay. Well, I have many favorite Bible verses. One of my favorite Bible verses is Psalm 139. It's about like 1 through 14, and it tells us who we are. We are created by God himself. We are loved, we are cherished, we are known before our mothers even felt us in the womb. And it tells us that we are knit together by God himself, and he knows us, and we are his works, and we are wonderful because he is a wonderful creator.
Amen.
And that verse helped me a lot when I was a teenager, and even I'm in my 30s now, and it even reminds me that I am loved, I am cherished, and I am known by God. And even when I feel like no one else understands me or what I'm going through, maybe, that God knows. So I always have someone to vent to listen to me, and to love me and take care of me.
Right on.
What's your favorite
mine is
scripture verse?
Colossians 3:16, and I feel like this is kind of a mission statement for my life, something that I'm expected to do every day, and I find that my days are a lot better when I focus on doing these things and I'm experiencing these things. So it says, let the message of Christ in all of its richness fill your lives. Teach and counsel each other with all the wisdom that he gives. Sing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs to God with thankful hearts. And the following verse 17 says, and whatever you do or say, do it as a representative of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks through him to God the Father. So that's like my life mission statement. That's my life goal, to be singing songs and hymns every day, to have a thankful heart every day, to teach and admonish each other every single day, that we get better as people, that we know more, that our wisdom increases, that our love for God increases. And so that's my favorite Bible verse.
All right, I'll ask the next one.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. How long have you been a Salvation Army officer?
So we were commissioned and ordained as officers in 2018. So that would make, we are in our 4th year of officership. So going into July would have us going into our 5th year of officership.
Yep.
And we've had, this is our 3rd appointment. So our first appointment was in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. We spent 2 years there focusing on children's programs and development. And then we were invited to participate in a new project in New Kensington where they bought an elementary school. So that's some very exciting stuff. And we were under another set of officers there. And so, again, we were focusing on children's ministry, Sunday morning ministries, and development there. A lot of evangelism took place at that location. We did some outdoors outreach. Right in front, there was kind of a lawn with an American flag pole there. And so we did a bunch of stuff, cookouts and sing songs, I guess, out there. That was a lot of fun. Yep, and we had some fun with the kids outside, so that was really cool. And then we were invited to participate here. So this is our first, our 3rd appointment.
Yep.
So we were appointed here, and again, we're kind of starting from scratch. COVID hit this location pretty hard. And so we had a decline in attendance and programming, but we're looking to turn all that around with some evangelism efforts. We're going to start our children's programming in February. We're really looking forward to that, and we're just going to continue to partner with other churches for some outreach and continue ministering to people through our weekend services and our front office social services. So.
Yep. All right, next question. Who is your favorite superhero?
All right, I'll go. By default, I think it's the Hulk. My parents used to encourage me when I was a child that I was strong, and so I felt that the Hulk was kind of like me, because my parents would tell me that I was a strong kid. And the Hulk was strong, and his just incredible display of power was something that appealed to me as a child. I wanted to be strong and powerful and indestructible, and I wanted to be that kind of superhero. I didn't quite understand the nuances of a person who lost his anger, though I did that quite a lot. That's a lot of fun. But actually, since the Marvel Cinematic Universe came out, that's kind of changed. I think Benedict Cumberbatch being casted as Doctor Strange was a brilliant move.
Watch out,
and I'm really enjoy watching him on screen. So that's been one of my favorites to watch. So yeah.
I think my favorite. Well, I know my favorite is Iron Man because he's Iron Man. Duh.
It's really Robert Downey Jr. is her
He's a
favorite
handsome
superhero.
I'm not gonna deny that, but I do love Iron Man, even though he's a little arrogant, right? But hello, he saved the whole entire world.
He's very tactical.
Yes.
Yes, very smart. He's a good engineer.
So he has been my favorite superhero since all of the Marvel movies started coming out. He didn't become my favorite just because he's the best Avenger and saved the world. Although that's pretty cool.
Takes a team. Okay.
Okay, so he's my favorite. And now I think Spider-Man is becoming a favorite.
The last Spider-Man movie was incredible.
Yes,
yeah,
it was pretty
really
amazing.
Good. Especially if you've seen the earlier Spider-Man films. I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but if you've seen the earlier Spider-Man films, it makes it so much better.
And it's our son's favorite. Like, he loves everything Spider-Man.
This Spider-Man is all over his bedroom wall.
We've watched all of the movies multiple times just in the last couple months over Christmas break and stuff like that. So, Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Right on. All right. So, we're going to continue on with some of these questions here. What does your Sunday morning look like? So, our Sunday morning looks... We tip the things that we have typically are song. We worship together through song and hymns. We also there's some time for prayer. We do announcements. And we do a message. So those are absolutely essential to each of our Sunday morning experiences. And so you can type on that if you want to. So what the outline, actually what's really cool is we use YouVersion. If you have the YouVersion Bible app, you can actually follow along with our services. If you go into your phone and go to the menu and go to events, you can typically find our event in there closer to Sunday, and you can look at what songs we're singing, look at the announcements, the upcoming news. You can look at what the Bible passages that the text that the message is based on, and some other contact info and stuff like that. So you can follow along. We actually try to get that out on Thursdays so that you can have a sneak peek of what we're going to do on Sunday morning, so that you can prepare your hearts. You can look at the text ahead of time, and you can know the lyrics ahead of time. So that's pretty cool. So what we try to do is we have a 5-minute countdown, and then after the countdown we have like a little intro video, and that kind of lets everybody know that that like the service has started now, and we're gonna prepare our hearts for worship. We go right into song. We typically do about 2 songs. Sometimes we do 3. Depends on what we're going for.
And that's live worship. Matt plays his guitar.
Right.
And he uses a track that sounds like we have a whole band when it's just Matt.
Yeah. Sometimes we glitch and we have some mistakes, but the iPad is my band. So
yeah.
If you're interested in playing live on Sunday mornings and you love Jesus, come drop us a line or call us. That would be really cool. But we do a couple of songs in praise and honor to God. We'll follow that with announcements and a time for offering. So we give everybody an opportunity to tithe, and we believe that is an act of worship. We believe it's essential to what we do and how we operate. So we believe that's an act of faith as well. And it's in honor of God, and it's in obedience to God. Following that, we either have we have doxology that we do that, and then we'll have an intro video or some kind of special presentation right before the message. And the message usually lasts between 30 and 40 minutes, depending on what we're talking about. And so Connor, can you please leave? Thanks, bud. He's a monkey. All right. So, and then we'll close with a song. We usually have a song that we close with, and then we head out. We start at 11 a.m., and right now we're just kind of opening our facility up at 10 a.m. for small group discussions, for prayer, for anybody who wants to come in, who's inspired to talk to us and get to know us and dive into the scriptures at that time. And something more formal is going to come on that's in the works. We have a couple of curriculum that we're looking at based on where we want to lead our congregation. We're deciding on that. We're excited about that to see that come to fruition. But right now, you can see us here at 10 a.m. And prepare our hearts for worship and talk about the Bible and talk about life until the 11 a.m. service.
Some guy named David Webb said, "Do you preach the gospel from the Bible?"
Yes, yes. Directly inspired by the Bible. Actually, since we've been here, we've been going through the book of Luke. We started in Luke 14 with a sermon series called God With Us. And it was... we talked about Jesus being invited to a dinner. There was a man with dropsy there, and they tried to trap Jesus into either acting compassionately or breaking Jewish law, and so that was a tough place to be in. But Jesus, in all of His wisdom, spoke into that situation, and we continued on through every pericope, every story up until this past Sunday. We were in Luke 19, beginning with the story of Zacchaeus. So we're kind of less TED Talkish, even though we sometimes go there, but we typically try to pull it straight from the text. We want to understand what God's Word is saying and how it applies to us and the truths that come from that. And so we love the Word of God, and we want to share it, and we want to understand it fully so that we can be completely obedient to God. And so if that's something that you're interested in, I would visit us.
Yeah. All right, next question. You ready? How did you get started in the Salvation Army?
That's you first.
All right, I'll go first. So I grew up in the Salvation Army as my church. I attended with my mom when I was very young, my sister and I, and my grandmother. And we just, I believe it was my mom's church and my grandma's church. So my mom grew up going to the Salvation Army as a child as well, and was involved in all the programs, the troop programs, Star Search and Corps Cadets. And if that jargon is like, what is that? It's pretty much youth programs and children's programs and teenager discipleship programs. And I felt loved and safe at the Salvation Army. I think I was there almost every day of the week. My officers probably got tired of me, but it was somewhere where I could go to be myself, help out with stuff that was going on, because there's always something that was going on. And that's how I got into the Salvation Army.
Yeah, so I've known the Salvation Army since I could form memories. I've always been associated with the Salvation Army because my parents were participating in Salvation Army ministry when I was born. And so they were in charge of the various programs there. My dad was leading Boys Adventure Corps and, some things like that. So they felt the call to be officers in the Salvation Army. They went to New York to train to be officers and to be ordained. And after they completed that program, my family moved to Pennsylvania. That's where we started our journey as my parents were officers. And so I grew up in a lot of the same programs, the youth ministry programs, and I ended up leading and supporting those myself. And then I pursued full-time music ministry, which was interesting. I was perpetually broke. I mean, I had a job, but as far as the band was, we had a really good time of it, but most of the time we just got paid in exposure. So on the side, we were both really interested in youth ministry, and so I started working for the Salvation Army, doing a summer program. We had educational rotations, we had field trips. Yeah, it was a very, very good summer. And the full-time youth ministry started there. And then when Stacy and I were working together in Columbus, Ohio, for a number of years before we decided that we would take the next step into full-time officership. So we've been affiliated with the Salvation Army for quite some time.
Pretty much our whole life.
Yeah.
And I do remember being young and my mom getting assistance through the food pantry or the Christmas assistance, the angel tree. I remember people dropping off toys at our house through the adoptive family program for Christmas. So, I mean, a lot of people will look at us and think oh, they grew up in stable 2-parent homes that had medium wealth. Matt might have, but I did not.
We were poor.
So
we didn't have a lot.
Yeah, you can God brings us through stuff and blesses us through it and changes us and builds us up to kind of do better than before. And I had a mom who worked very hard. She did a lot of stuff for my sister and I, and taught us good work ethic. I mean, we bought our own cars, we bought our own cell phones, and those were cool to do. And just follow God, and He'll provide. It's definitely an adventure, right? You never know where you're gonna go or what kind of assignment you're gonna get, but the people are always the same, so we love the people. So.
All right. So, what is your favorite aspect of your current ministry?
Stay based. Stay blessed.
Both.
Let's see. My favorite aspect of our current ministry here in Punxsutawney. Let's see. Well, I love to get to know people and hear their stories and build relationships with people. So we've been doing that. We are in February, as Matt said before, we're starting up our kids ministries, and we love kids ministries. So we love to be goofy and silly and make fools of ourselves and listen to the kids laugh and run around the building and have life in our building, and we're excited for that. Another thing that brings me joy is we partner, and we're making good partnerships to join with other churches and other organizations here in Punxsutawney to be able to serve Punxsutawney better and with other people. I think one of the struggles has been learning how to do all of the social work, because I've never had to really do the social work before. We've had a social worker in each corps that we've been assigned so far. So doing that social work, it's been fun. It's been a little bit of an adventure. It's stretched me. I'm learning new things every day through different trainings and partnering with agencies here in Punxsutawney, like Community Action and the Housing Authority, and just providing people help that they need in times that they need it.
Right on.
What about you?
All right. So my favorite aspects of my current ministry, and our current situation, is number one, playing live music. The camera's here. I keep looking at it.
I know.
Playing live music on Sunday mornings, recording music videos and stuff like that. That's my favorite thing to do. I've been doing that for quite a long time. Like I said, I wanted to pursue music, full-time ministry in music, and so I love performing. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
So any opportunity that I get to do that, I take advantage of that.
And what do you play?
I started out playing drums. So that's kind of what my heart is. But I play guitar. I lead worship with guitar, and I sing on Sunday mornings, and it's a really good time.
And you could play bass.
Stacy plays bass.
I do play
so we've taught
very
her to play
simple bass.
Sometimes that's enough. Yeah, right?
Yeah, it just adds a little beat.
That's right.
Yeah.
So one of my other favorite things is preaching. I love to do that, and I love getting to meet people and hear their stories. When people come into the office and they share about themselves and we can have conversations, I think that's my third favorite thing to do. And so, yeah. My wife disappeared on us.
I have to blow my nose.
Okay. All right, so what programs do you offer at your center? So, like I said, we're just kind of in development right now, starting over. We've started women's ministry small group here on Thursdays at 6 o'clock. 5 o'clock? Okay, I was just corrected. Women's small groups, Thursdays at 5 o'clock. That's been going on for quite a while. They focus on 4 main aspects of personal development, spiritual development. We have education. What are the other 3, sweetheart? Worship, service,
fellowship.
and fellowship. So you're going to encounter all of that. You're going to experience all of that either in each session or at least throughout the month.
Usually we pick a week.
Right, so that's really good stuff. We also have some, meetings on Sunday mornings where we gather to worship as well. We are going to start a program called XY Fellowship. It's an exclusively men's small group here on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. So if you're interested in participating in that, we're going to talk about fatherhood. We're going to talk about defining masculinity. We're going to look at models of men and godly men in the Bible. And we're going to talk about how we apply those things, how to be principled, how to be strong, how to be courageous, how to lead your family, and all of that stuff. So, and it's good whether you're a father or a husband or you're single. We're going to cover all the bases. Try to be, X is the first letter of the Greek word for Christ. XY is the male chromosome, right? And so we just try to be Christ-like men, I think, is the idea behind that name. And it's really, really good. So, and we're Club 316. That's new. It's going to start February 9th. We're going to open our doors at 3:45 p.m. for anybody, for any of the children who are registered who want homework help. Our doors are going to be open. Our tables are going to be set out. We're going to be able to help them with homework. But at 4:15, our program begins. And we're going to do a little devotional and sing some songs and just talk about the theme of the day. We will have a meal together, and then we'll have some electives. Throughout the year, we're going to teach people how to play guitar. We're going to teach people how to dance. We're going to teach people how to play piano. We're going to teach people how to do fine arts, painting. Maybe we'll do some sewing and some other crafts.
Our first badge is baking. So for the month of February, we'll teach the kids how to bake, and they'll learn different measurements, and they'll actually get to bake and do something like that. Our second badge is going to be handyman. So they get to learn how to do a couple handyman things around the house. They'll get to learn how to patch some drywall. Yeah. We're excited for that one. And then they'll get to hopefully take a trip to Lowe's as a field trip at the end of their badge. And then in April, we're going to have a gardening badge. So the kids will learn all about gardening, and they'll get to plant some flowers. And hopefully we'll be taking a trip to some type of greenhouse, because we're blessed in our area here in Punxsutawney. We are surrounded by Amish, right?
And farmland and agriculture, yeah. So.
It's pretty cool. So we'll take the kids to some kind of greenhouse here locally, and that's exciting. Yeah. And another cool thing about Club 316, if you've never heard about it, is the kids earn badges. So they'll get a sash. They'll earn badges to put on their sash. They'll be enrolled as a member of Club 316. And sometimes throughout the year, the Salvation Army even has special meetings out at our camp for them, where they can earn special badges that we might not be able to cover here. So it's an exciting program. It's fun. It's hands-on. It's not just sitting at a table all night. It's real fun stuff. And Matt and I love it. It's a really cool program. I've responded.
Oh no, Connor.
I've responded to these.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Can you please
go to your office?
We're gonna get them a snack in a second. All right. Let's see here. Drop a message on. Cool.
Sign up for our emails, because then you get to win this cool box, right?
Right.
We'll draw one of those.
So
all right. 12:30.
All right, we'll end in a few minutes. Do your programs cost money to attend? No. Sometimes they do. It depends on what was going on. We'll have special events where there's a cover charge or something like that. For Club 316, for our small groups, we don't expect any cover charge for those things. But we will encourage you continually to support us financially in those things, because they're initially free to the public, but they're not ultimately free. So that funding has to come from somewhere. So our Red Kettle campaign is a huge event we do every year in Christmas. You see people ringing the bells outside. We also try to do some fundraisers throughout the year, and that covers all of those programs. And so $25 a month is a really good, easy commitment if you want to make that towards us. It'll help local programs like Club 316 and supportive programs like the small group. So continue donating today. Continue making or consider making a $25 a month commitment towards our program. So.
Yeah. All right, let's see. A couple more questions. Had to get our kiddos some lunch. They have a snow day today. It's their first real snow day. So we've had a pretty long weekend. Yesterday they had off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Today they have a snow day. All right. Do you have any hobbies, and what are they?
Yes, so I play a lot of Rocket League on Xbox.
Oh, yes, he does.
So if you know what Rocket League is, I'm in Diamond, if that means anything to you. I put in a lot of hours to try to get there, and we try to grind. So the other thing I like to do is I like to go to the gun range and fire off a couple of boxes of ammo. That's really therapeutic to me. It's something that I really enjoy, and I'm eventually, inevitably, going to get my firearm safety certification so that I can train others. So that's a real nice hobby of mine. Also, music. I mean, I love music, and I try to play every chance I get. So
my hobby is being a mom.
Of course.
That's what I do with most of my time, right? But when I have the energy, I do like to paint. And I like to do different kinds of crafts, different painting things. I really love to paint on canvas. I've painted in live worship before, and that just brings me joy and another aspect of worshiping. I love to lead paint nights. So I've done that a couple times for a couple friends, and at the core a couple times where like we all come together with our coffee or with our juice or whatever and our snacks, and we paint something all together. And I really like to, I don't know if you'd call this a hobby. I guess I would. I really like to build relationships. So I'm an extrovert. So I love to make new friends and be in relationship with people and just build on those and have fun.
That's a really good hobby.
Don't forget, I really love art.
You love art too? So do I.
All right.
All right, one last question. Let's see.
Let's do
we
that.
did those ones.
Oh, no, we didn't.
What?
So let's do...
We did this one.
Yes. All right, let's...
What about this one?
Let's do that one, and then we'll head out.
Because we did that part. So just, yeah. Okay.
So...
What are your office hours?
So we are open in the office to assist with utilities and rent. When that funding comes in, we'll let you know. Right now we're doing emergency food boxes, and we do spiritual guidance as well. So if you just want to have a conversation or pour your heart out, our offices are open Monday through Friday from 9 to noon, Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Monday through Thursday, 9 to noon. We have a lunch hour here, and then we're open from 1 to 3. And you could call in or drop us a line on Facebook and set up an appointment to spend some time with us, a half hour, an hour with us, to get some support from us. And our worship services, again, we open at 10 a.m. To talk about the Bible, to talk about life, to meet with you and pray with you while we're just wrapping up preparations for Sunday and putting the countdown in place. And we start at 11 to worship and honor God through songs and spiritual songs and hymns and thankfulness in our hearts. So, and we hear a message.
Yep.
So, we love you guys. We appreciate you hopping on. And Christina, drop us a line. We saw that you needed support in our chat. Drop us a message and give us your contact information, and we can follow through with that. Joe, thanks for stopping by. David, thanks for stopping by. We love you guys. Continue to interact with us, and we'll continue to interact with you. And if you want to get to know us in a deeper level than what you've experienced here, again, just continue to interact.
Sign
with
up
us.
for our Salvo Box by signing up for our emails. And if there's anything you'd like to see us do, or any other little virtual events like this you'd like to see from us, or maybe have an idea, just let us know. Drop us a line, like Lieutenant Ben has said, either on Facebook or through our email.
Also, we have an Instagram, and if you sign up for our emails, we also have a blog, And we have a SoundCloud. We don't know how we're going to use that yet, but it's there. We also have a YouTube, which this will be archived on our YouTube. We're going to do interviews. We're going to do commercials for some of the events that we're going to come up.
And we
gonna be on
have
YouTube as well.
a Twitter, but I'm not good at keeping up with it.
Yeah, you have to be better at that.
I know.
So, I mean, look at your favorite social media platform and see if we're on there. If we're not, just hit us up and maybe we can make that happen.
And you can search us the @TSA Punksy PUNXSY.
Yes. So it's the same on every platform.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna go to the phone and end this.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna go to the phone and end it. I
All
gotta
right.
walk around.
Oh, all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.
Bye. Love you.